Hello and welcome to today's MJ News Digest. How are you doing? This is September 18, 2020 and here are today's headlines. Is Bieber the new MJ? Estate F's up again. Fonda skinny dips with Jackson. MJ promoting drugs. Tyler Rich loves MJ and we love another part of me. So from the Evening Express. Justin Bieber kicks off new era with Holy music video. Why is Justin Bieber in a Michael Jackson News Digest broadcast? Well, we will soon see. So he's got a new single out called Holy. The chart-topping pop star teamed up with Chance the Rapper for the uplifting track, which is a celebration of Bieber's Christian faith. Which is nice, isn't it? Okay, but it also says here that Chance the Rapper, himself deeply religious, revealed he had heard the new songs on the album and compared the album to Michael Jackson's classic 1979 record Off the Wall, which marked a departure from the King of Pop's previous work and was hailed as a major breakthrough. Now, I take this as being completely blasphemous. How dare someone compare Bieber to Michael Jackson and Off the Wall? Okay, I haven't heard the album yet, so maybe I need to listen to the album, but no. Okay, let's get on to the next story. And it's no better really, so the estate F's up again, the second time in 1 week, although the crime against Michael Jackson's legacy perhaps isn't so bad this time. So they're celebrating human nature on the Michael Jackson website and on all their social media with this. This is a copy of the tweet, and the photo they decide to go with the piece celebrating human nature is the very first photo you'll find on Google Images if you search for Michael Jackson human nature. It's a low res photo, pixelated, horrendous quality. You would think, wouldn't you, that the MJ estate would have full access to HD versions, high quality versions of all of Michael Jackson's artwork, but they're lazy, aren't they? The estate, they've proved time and time again. Don't get me started. But maybe they'll redeem themselves because there's plenty of rumours going around that for this Halloween the estate are going to be putting up either Thriller or Ghost in 4K on YouTube. So we'll wait and see if that happens. Maybe that will redeem their previous mistakes, or some of them anyway, the minor ones. Okay, so on to Fab. Jane Fonda on her close encounter with Kim Kardashian's butt and skinny dipping with Michael Jackson. We're going to ignore Kim Kardashian and her bottom. Instead, we're going to focus on Michael Jackson. So this is from the Watch What Happens Live after show with Andy Cohen. Jane talked about how well she knew Michael Jackson, though she was a little unclear on when she knew him best, telling Cohen that it was around the time he made Bad and it was before Thriller. They're saying here that she seems to have got the timeline a bit confused, but it says here that Michael spent a week living with her while she filmed the film On Golden Pond, which came out in 1981. I found him touching, a very interesting character, Fonda said. I knew him well. In fact, she knew him very well indeed, sharing a bit later on. I skinny dipped with him. How about that, she laughs. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. And then the article goes on to say that perhaps that required further investigation from the host. And I guess it did. It's for most of us fans that have been following Michael Jackson for a long time, we know that Michael and Jane were really good friends in the early 80s, and that friendship seemed to have stood the test of time. I mean, it went on for a very long time, and just a quick search on Google Images shows up these really lovely photos of MJ and Jane through various times of their life. Most of them are from the 80s. There's quite a few here from Jane's workout album. I think it was a gold disc or platinum disc presentation that Michael supported Jane, or went along to with Jane. But there's also photos in studio. Is it 47, 57, and other really interesting photos. So anyway. Oh dear, Holograms, hip hop, and Ayushka, is that how you pronounce it? A celebration of American music and hemp health. Now, so MJ promoting drugs. Scott Storch's icon of American music hologram variety show comes to pay-per-view. Now, you might remember that I spoke about this about a month or so ago, this hologram variety show, including a really horrific Michael Jackson hologram. I did share a video in a previous broadcast of the hologram. Looks nothing like Michael. Oh, it's just awful, absolutely awful. And you'll notice that in all the publicity photos and posters, they don't even mention Michael's name, and they don't even show his image or even a picture of the hologram, and for good reason. But this new pay-per-view event is to do with promoting the hemp bill and promoting drugs, in effect. And Michael Jackson is being used to promote this agenda. Now, whether you agree with it or not, would Michael have agreed with it? I'm sure the estate wouldn't. I'm surprised that the estate are allowing them to do this for a second time. So over to Fox News, apologise for that. This is about Tyler Rich. So Tyler Rich is a up-and-coming country star, and he has a debut album that is already out. But on the album, there's a couple of interesting things. One of the things is that he covers Billie Jean, and there's been some fan divide over whether a white artist should be covering Michael's music, which I think is just absolutely ludicrous. As Michael himself said, artists and music transcend race, but they asked him in this interview why he covered Billie Jean. So Fox News asked, your album has a cover of Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, where did that come from? And Tyler Rich says, when I was growing up and I was obsessed with Michael Jackson's music videos, they were like movies, so I grew up loving it. So it's very clear that Tyler Rich was inspired by Michael, and actually his cover of Billie Jean is nice. Obviously it's not a patch on the original, but it's a really good interpretation. I'll link it in the description. Here's a bit of it now.
We danced till 3, then she looked at me. She showed a photo, my baby cried. His eyes were like mine. Yeah, 'cause we danced on the floor in the round.
So Tyler Rich loves MJ, and we love Another Part of Me. I love this article by Chris Lacey. I will link this in the description. I'm going to read this. It's quite a short article, but I'm so looking forward to reading this because it's brilliant. I'm sorry, Another Part of Me, you're underrated. This is such a good article. Well done, Chris Lacey. Here we go. The disrespect has to stop. One critic said the most interesting thing is how he pronounced part in the title phrase. Acclaimed Music left it off their top songs of all time list of 10,000 songs, and when most fans debate Michael's best songs, they rarely mention it, including yours truly. I'm sorry, Another Part of Me, you're underrated. In Search of Pop's Outer Orbits, the first sounds you hear are the roaring THX deep note and sparkling chimes, making you feel like you're floating in a galaxy far, far away. Without warning, those stars stretch into white-hot streaks. As the song zips into light speed, you're on a glistening vortex of synth-funk, jazz brass and neon colours. It moves, it flows, it bops, it explodes. I love how Chris has written this. The mid to late 1980s saw the rise of a trailblazing dance sound called New Jack Swing. It had the punch of hip-hop, the swing of jazz and the soulful chords from the Black Church. Michael Jackson loved how the beat snapped, crackled and popped on his sister Janet's 1986 breakthrough Control. At the same time, he wanted to find new sounds that the human ear had never heard. To achieve this, Jackson and his mentor Quincy Jones asked many of the unsung heroes from Off the Wall and Thriller to return for bad. Expectations were high for newcomers like Brad Sundberg, John Barnes, Rhett Lawrence and Christopher Carell, but their collective talent and utmost respect for their craft made them fit right in with the veterans. As a result, Another Part of Me is a monster groove that sounds like a Saturday night block party taking place inside of the Milky Way. See, it's good, isn't it? Amazing. MJ takes us all to church. Hand in hand with that high-tech polished sound is a voice so pure we should add the nickname Vocal Bible to the Michael Jackson lexicon. I love that. His sheer joy, confidence and energy will shake your core with holy thunder. Even an atheist might catch this spirit. We're sending out a major love, and this is our message to you. The planets are lining up. We're bringing brighter days. They're all in line, waiting for you. Can't you see? You're just another part of me. Although he left the Jehovah's Witness faith, he always knew who the driving force was behind his artistic gifts. No one can quite say what the creative process is, Jackson explained to Ebony in 87, because I have nothing to do with it almost, because it's created in space, it's God's work, not mine. If you're worried about getting a little Jesus on your shirt, perhaps we can agree on this. When he performs Another Part of Me on stage, he's connecting to something out of this world. When the groove stirs him, he whoops and hollers, he claps, he unleashes a flurry of taps on the floor as if his feet are on fire. The lovable rebel. One more reason to revisit Another Part of Me is that we see ourselves in him because he struggled. We also see how we could be because he didn't let the world run him down. He came from a blue-collar family in the slums of Gary, Indiana. He aimed to be a new incredible actor, singer, dancer that will shock the world. He was there when there was no lane for him on MTV. He changed the way we hear and see music anyways. We felt his wounds when he got 1 Grammy nomination in 1980, and we basked in his glory when he clutched 8 awards against his chest in 1984. He did more than go toe-to-toe with the supreme leader in Captain EO. He also acted out a real-life superhero script at a time when a select few black superstars graced the big screen. Final thoughts: as fans keep worshipping at Thriller and Off the Wall's feet, songs like Another Part of Me risk becoming even more underrated than they are now. If you're in the Mike lost his soul when he turned white crowd, stop it. A hereditary skin condition doesn't change the man's DNA. In fact, as his skin became whiter, his work became blacker. Oh, and this whole separate the art from the artist debate needs to stop too. Nobody can say with 100% certainty that Michael was guilty or innocent of child sex abuse. At the same time, we can develop a more informed opinion based on his actions and fact-based documentaries. One last thing, pop historians might remember Another Part of Me for ending Bad's winning streak of 5 back-to-back #1 pop hits, but Michael's ultimate goal was leaving the world a little better than how he found it, and that's an accomplishment that will stand the test of time. I love this article. Please follow the author. I will be linking that in the description and this article too. Amazing. So, our YouTube recommendation of the day is from the brilliant History in the Mix. JD has done his research. This is Michael Jackson's impact on the Back to the Future trilogy. Quite a few things here I didn't know, and I've watched these films back to back loads of times. Amazing, you've done some great work, JD. Really love this video, great production, and as I said, really good research. I will link this in the description.
Feature 1. However, now Griff has something called the Power Glove that automatically catches Marty's fist. A brawl ensues and Beat It is featured prominently. Back to the Future 2 came out in 1989 and Beat It was released in 1982.
And that's it for today's MJ News Digest. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe because the best is yet to come.